Good evening and welcome to News Express, a flagship bulletin covering national, states, politics, business, global entertainment, and sport news. In the news, President Tinubu urges West Africa support to tackle insecurity. 80 Kaduna worshippers return home after escaping abduction. Serap sues NNPCL over failure to account for missing 22.3 billion naira, $49.7 million oil money. Many thanks for joining us on News Express this evening. I am Folawumi Olaniyan. Now the news in details. President Bola Tinubu has called for the reactivation of a regional standby force to strengthen collective security efforts in West Africa and the Sahel, urging countries in the region to leverage Nigeria's National Counter-Terrorism Center in Abuja as an intelligence and operations hub. The president's position was conveyed in Nigeria's official statement delivered by the Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, Bianca Odumegu Ojukwu, at the conference on security situation, operational challenges, and future risk trajectories in West Africa and the Sahel, held in Accra, Ghana from January 29 to 30, 2026. According to a statement issued yesterday in Abuja by the Special Assistant on Communications and New Media to the Minister, Magnus Eze, the President reaffirmed Nigeria's unwavering commitment to safeguarding peace, security, and stability in the region, stressing the need for stronger multilateral cooperation to address the worsening security situation in the Sahel. He noted that Nigeria should continue to monitor and disrupt terrorist activities through joint efforts with regional and continental institutions, including the Regional Intelligence Fusion Unit, Lycine Fusion Unit, Eastern African Fusion Unit, and the Committee of Intelligence and Security Services of Africa. In a new development, troops of Operation Adinkai have neutralized a top Boko Haram leader identified as the second in command, along 10 other foot soldiers in Sambisa Forest, Borno State. The terrorists were said to have neutralized in the Kumala General Area, a location under Konduga local government area, during a night operation yesterday around 11 p.m. In a statement today, the Media Information Officer of the Joint Task Force Northeast Operation Adinkai, Lieutenant Colonel Sonny Uba, said many weapons were also recovered during the operation. He said the incident occurred barely 24 hours after troops eliminated the notorious Boko Haram ISWAP commander, Julai Bib, who was operating within the Gujba axis of the Timbuktu Triangle. Still on security, no fewer than 80 worshippers who escaped abduction during a bandit attack on the Kurumi Wali community in Kajuru local government area of Kaduna State have returned to their homes after spending about 2 weeks taking refuge in neighboring villages. The village head of Kurumi Wali, Ishaku Dan Azumi, confirmed the development to newsmen today. Dan Azumi said that although about 177 worshippers were initially believed to have been abducted during the attack, 80 were later confirmed to have escaped and sought safety in nearby communities. He, however, disclosed that 86 worshippers are still being held captive by the bandits. The development came amid renewed violence in the area as bandits on Tuesday launched a fresh attack on the Maikori community in Maru ward of Kajori local government area, killing 3 residents. Christian leaders in southern Kaduna State have called on the government, security agencies, and local communities to take urgent action to protect worship centers and secure the release of abducted worshippers. They expressed their concern over what they described as a lack of visible action to rescue the 166 worshippers abducted from three churches in Kurumewali village, Kajuru local government area on January 18th. Speaking during the 2026 Southern Kaduna Prayer Summit at Kafanchan New Township Stadium yesterday, the chairman of Southern Kaduna Christian Leaders, Apostle Emmanuel Kure, urged the government to expedite efforts to rescue the victims. The cleric urged the state government to honor previous assurances of action, warning that delays only worsen the plight of victims and erode public confidence in security institutions. Away from security concerns, the chairman of the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, Professor Abdullahi Usman, has reaffirmed the Commission's commitment to early and orderly preparation for the 2026 Hajj exercise. In a statement issued by his technical assistant on media, Ahmed Muazu, today in Abuja, Usman expressed NAHCON's commitment to effective coordination and strict adherence to established procedures for the Hajj exercise. He said NAHCON remained fully aligned with the policy direction of the federal government under the leadership of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. According to him, Tinubu's renewed hope agenda prioritizes the welfare and spiritual well-being of Nigerian pilgrims. He added that the priority was being accorded to the early conclusion of state pilgrims accommodation arrangements in Mecca in compliance with Saudi regulatory timelines. In the meantime, the executive chairman of the Muslim Public Affairs Center, MPAC, Disu Kamar, has praised hijab advocates across the globe for advancing understanding, acceptance, and respect for Muslim women who wear the hijab. Kamar made the commendation today in a statement issued to commemorate the World Hijab Day, calling for greater inclusion and an end to discrimination against hijab-wearing women and girls. He noted that the sustained efforts of advocates have helped to dismantle stereotypes and promote peaceful coexistence among people of different backgrounds. Reaffirming MPAC's solidarity with hijab-wearing women and girls, Kamaru described the hijab as a symbol of faith, identity, and resilience. He encouraged Muslim women to remain resolute, stressing that wearing the hijab with confidence is a legitimate way of asserting and safeguarding their constitutional rights. Operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency (NDLEA) have arrested a Brazil-based Nigerian businessman, Uche Franklin Onyekwere, at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Ikeja, Lagos State, for allegedly concealing cocaine on his body and inside his footwear. In a statement released today by NDLEA Director of Media and Advocacy, Femi Babafemi, Onyekwere, aged 47, was arrested on Thursday, January 29, 2026, at the arrival hall of the Lagos airport during the inward clearance of passengers on a South African Airways flight from Brazil via Johannesburg, following actionable intelligence. According to the statement, a body scan conducted on the suspect confirmed the presence of illicit drugs, leading to a strip search with 3 wraps of cocaine weighing a total of 1.60 kilograms recovered from the suspects. Meanwhile, the deputy spokesman for the House of Representatives, Philip Agbese, has dismissed claims by Senator Ali Undume, representing Borno South, that the recently passed tax laws were altered, describing the allegation as sheer mischief. Speaking with journalists today in Abuja, Agbese warned that such allegations were capable of creating unnecessary tension and eroding public confidence in the National Assembly. Agbese said all legislative procedures were strictly followed in the passage of the tax laws, adding that the sustained focus on claims of falsification was unnecessary and misleading. He said it was wrong for anyone to suggest that lawmakers altered or concealed provisions of the tax laws, stressing that both chambers of the National Assembly remained committed to transparency and accountability. In a separate development, the spokesman for the House of Representatives, Akintunde Rotimi, has reiterated the National Assembly's commitment to delivering an acceptable electoral reform bill capable of strengthening Nigeria's democratic system. The lawmaker spoke yesterday in Ikole local government area of Ekiti State while inaugurating 3 constituency projects comprising 2 roads at Isaba and Oke Ayedon and a staff quarters at Odo Oro High School. Rotimi, who represents Ekiti North Federal Constituency 1, said the National Assembly was currently harmonizing inputs from various stakeholders to ensure the passage of a comprehensive and effective electoral reform document. He said that electoral reforms remained a top priority for the National Assembly, just as they were for Nigerians, assuring that the bill would be concluded soon. According to him, the proposed reforms are designed to guarantee free and fair elections, restore public confidence in the electoral process, and ensure that every vote counts. You're listening to News Express on Adami Mogu 107.7 FM, transmitting live from Olojudo's Palace, Ido-Ekiti. After the break, Serap sues NNPCL over failure to account for missing 22.3 billion naira, $49.7 million oil money. Do stay with us.
The Nigerian army has taken custody of 2 of the...
Get ready to dive into the latest headlines,
Nigerians deported from the United
in-depth stories, and breaking updates that matter to you.
To face the challenge to be able to fulfill the dream and the aspiration.
From local events to global affairs, we've got you covered. Stay with us as we unravel the stories shaping our world today. This is Adami Mugu 107.7 FM News.
You're welcome back from that break. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook via Adami Mugu 107.7 FM. For updates around your news inquiries, please call our newsroom on 0915 786 8095. Now to the rest of the news. Senator representing Ekiti North Senatorial District, Senator Cyril Fashoyi, has held a strategic meeting with all 56 councillors across the District 5 local government areas, charging them to brace for the June governorship election in the state. During the meeting, which held yesterday in Ido-Ekiti, Senator Fashoyi encouraged the councillors to buckle up for the task ahead, specifically charging them to ensure that every polling unit across the district is delivered for the incumbent Governor Biodun Oyebanji in the forthcoming election. The senator, praising how Governor Oyebanji's strong performance in office has significantly eased the party's campaign efforts, provided a clear track record of success to present to the electorate. Responding on behalf of the councillors, Honorable Jogunwola Tolani, leader of the Ido-Osi legislative arm, praised the senator's uncommon gestures and dedication to the district since his election. He pledged that all 56 councillors would work tirelessly to deliver their units for Governor Oyebanji. In a new development, Vice President Kashim Shettima has said the decision of Taraba Governor Agbo Kefas to join the All Progressive Congress (APC) was a deliberate and well-considered choice anchored on a shared understanding of governance as partnership rather than isolation. Shettima, who made the remarks yesterday in Jalingo during a grand reception organized to formally welcome Governor Kefas into the ruling party, said President Tinubu had directed him to reassure the governor of his full acceptance and relevance within the APC, as well as the party's commitment to prioritizing Taraba State development. In his remarks, APC National Chairman Professor Nantawe Yilwada thanked Governor Kefas for what he described as rescuing Taraba State from the People's Democratic Party (PDP), adding that the governor's defection was a strategic move that would fast-track development, prosperity and alignment with federal policies. Ekiti State Governor Biodun Oyebanji, who represented the chairman of the Progressive Governors Forum, and Imo State Governor Hope Uzodima, also described Governor Kefa's decision as timely and beneficial, saying it would attract greater dividends of democracy to Taraba, especially in agriculture and infrastructure. Away from political matters, the Anambra State government has announced the reopening of the Onitsha main market tomorrow for full economic and commercial activities, assuring traders and residents of adequate security. Recall that Governor Chukwuma Soludo ordered the closure of the market for 1 week following the failure of traders to comply with the state government's directive to disregard the Monday sit-at-home order. However, in a statement issued today, the Commissioner for Information Law MEFO announced that the 1 week closure had elapsed and directed traders to resume normal business activities tomorrow. MEFO urged traders to ignore threats from non-state actors, assuring them of maximum security, and encourage residents to report any security concerns via the emergency line 5111. He also reminded civil servants and teachers that the state's pro rata salary policy remained enforced, stressing that no work on Monday means no pay. We now move to our segments now. On business, the Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project, SERAP, has filed a lawsuit against the Nigerian National Petroleum Company (NNPCL) Limited over the failure to account for the alleged missing or diverted 22.3 billion naira, $49.7 million, 14.3 million pounds, and 5.2 million euro oil money. Disclosing this in a statement today, SERAP Deputy Director Kolawole Oluwadare said the suit followed the damning allegations documented in the 2022 audited report by the Auditor General of the Federation, which was published on 9 September 2025. The group is seeking an order of mandamus to direct and compel the NNPCL to account for the alleged missing or diverted funds. It also asks the court to direct and compel the NNPCL to disclose the specific financial transactions carried out in respect of the alleged missing or diverted funds, including details of disbursements, the contractors, and other individuals who collected the money. From the foreign scene, Iranian Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei has warned the United States that any attack on his country would result in a regional war as U.S. President Donald Trump amasses military assets in the Middle East. The 86-year-old Supreme Leader, who has held absolute power for about 37 years, said at an event in downtown Tehran today. Khamenei's comments came as the USS Abraham Lincoln aircraft carrier, jet fighters and Navy destroyers near the region after nationwide anti-government protests in Iran, in which thousands of people were killed in January. The protest, which started in late December over the collapse of the Iranian rial, later morphed into a direct challenge to Khamenei's rule. Iranian authorities, however, maintained that the demonstrations were instigated and led by foreign agents. In the showbiz world, African music's A-listers are set for today's Grammy Awards, the industry's biggest global night, with superstars Burna Boy, Davido, Irasta, and Tyler hoping to make history in Los Angeles. All four are angling to add to their trophy cabinet by taking home the gala's most coveted African award, Best African Music Performance. Other Nigerian stars on the list include Davido, Omale, Irasta, and Wizkid, alongside continental heavyweights such as Angelica Kidjo from Benin Republic, Eddie Kenzo from Uganda, Tyler from South Africa, and Youssou Ondo from Senegal. In the Best African Music Performance category, Nigeria's dominance was unmistakable with Love by Burna Boy, With You by Davido featuring Omale, and Gimme That by Irasta featuring Wizkid, all nominated. Other contenders include Hope and Love by Uganda's Eddie Kenzo and Marian Martin, and Push to Start by South Africa's Tyler. And finally, on sports this evening, Atletico Madrid have agreed a €40 million package with Atalanta for Nigeria international Ademola Lookman and improved their salary proposal to the forward, putting them ahead in the race for a signature. The Spanish club have merged Fenerbahce's proposal to Atalanta and are ready to proceed with the transfer, while the Turkish side remains stuck over payment terms and bank guarantees. Transfer expert Fabrizio Romano posted yesterday night that Atletico Madrid have matched Fenerbahce's proposal for Lookman with a €40 million package agreed with Atalanta. And with that sports story, we bring this edition of News Express to an end. But before we go, a recap of our top stories. We brought it to you that President Bola Tinubu has called for the reactivation of a regional standby force to strengthen collective security efforts in West Africa and the Sahel, urging countries in the region to leverage Nigeria's National Counter-Terrorism Center in Abuja as an intelligence and operations hub. We also told you that no fewer than 80 worshippers who escaped abduction during a bandit attack on the Kurumin Wali community in Kajuru local government area of Kaduna State have returned to their homes after spending about 2 weeks taking refuge in neighboring villages. Finally, we reported that the Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project, SERAP, has filed a lawsuit against the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited (NNPCL) over the failure to account for the alleged missing or diverted